I would love to get into the concept of building to scale. And one of the reasons I want to do that is, Cody, you get kicked off the new year with what basically hit Twitter like wildfire. Between you and Barry Hot, I saw the most hyped drops, and Ash is a close third, but Barry, it was like his first drop. You know what I'm saying? But I really love this idea. So I want to open the floor a little bit to you on this about the idea of building an account to scale a brand versus just trying to make your ROAS look good. And as Rabah used to always say at the end of our old podcast, The Porch, you are not your ROAS.
The Porsche, TVT.
There you go. But yeah, Cody, so I would love to know some of your thoughts on the concept of trying to build to scale, and maybe give a little summarization of like what it is that this dope newsletter. But by the way, I'll link the newsletter in the description so you get more subs. Please do that. Please do that.
It's brand new, but we got good feedback on it so far. So I appreciate it.
You got feedback from me, man. I love it. So
thank you.
Walk us through some of this kind of stuff, man, because I think it is fundamental in a mindset for people to really understand the difference between trying to make Facebook look good and trying to build a brand and scale your business.
Sure. So there's so many places I could start with that, I feel like, but I think the first thing I'll say is like my background is not from the brand side. And like let's just say like freelancer side and single channel focus, helping people with their Facebook ads. And I was so myopic and I thought I knew everything and was right about everything. And granted, this was like 3 years ago when like you could build a brand on Facebook, right? You can't do that anymore, obviously. So with that being said, there's so many things that you need to do to build a really successful brand. And Facebook is probably out of 10 things, it might be number 7, it totally depends. So we're having, incredible success or luck with our ads and our overall, growth, but Facebook ads are not the thing that's doing it. They're not the thing that's growing the business. They're just supporting it. So, number one, build to scale is like your offer is the most important thing. Like you can't out media buy, out hack, out do anything to your offer. Again, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but that's everybody. If you have a good offer, you should be getting organic traffic and growing organic traffic. If you don't, so I used to like if I was to launch a brand, I would start with Facebook right away because it's just so easy and it's cheap enough. You just can't do that anymore. It's too expensive. It's too difficult. So you've got to be able to actually have like solid business fundamentals. So that's the most important thing is like have your proper margins, have LTV, have repeat purchase rates, have organic traffic. And if you don't have that, don't mess with Facebook ads. You can't scale until you've got that stuff.
I love that. What I'm hearing out of that I totally love and agree with is 2 things. One, you can't media buy your way out of a shit offer.
Totally.
You can't throw enough money at disrespecting your customer to be profitable. It just doesn't work like that anymore. And for what it's worth, like I was doing what you were talking about like 3 years ago, D2C stuff. Like that was me like 6-7 years ago. Like I was doing crazy shit. Like I got out of the game basically around 2018, 2019 in that type of thing for that exact reason.
But it used to work. You used to
it totally worked. And I would say it still can. But the offer has to be there. The facet, all the business has to be there. But it works on the other thing that you said. Paid media should be thought of as an amplification of a good business. Mm-hmm. If you don't have a good business, no amount of money you spend, like I used to tell people this years and years and years ago before, and I got into a fight with somebody in ad leaks in 2016, 2017. They booted me from Platinum and didn't stop charging me for like a year. That's a whole other thing. And part of what they got mad at me for was me saying that like what I was getting at was when you are spending money, this person in particular, you are telling everybody that you don't have a good business. And then you are complaining when you lose money. You are investing resources and letting people know that they shouldn't trust you. Like if you don't have a good business, if you don't have good customer service, it's just a fire. Like Rabah and I used to chat about like the Silicon Valley money, where it's just like the VC, the hype, the bubble, right? And that was the model. Like we were both involved in throwing money and stuff like that. But I love what you're talking about, the amplification of good business stuff. And I love the idea of an offer. And in the effort to build the scale, let me see what you guys think about this. I think one offer can get you to $2 million a year in spend. Two offers can get you to the 5 to 10 million a year in spend. And that third offer can get you to $1 million a month. I don't think you need more than that to really push a brand. Now, I'm not saying that the brand doesn't want to have more SKUs. Go for it. But
you mean like a core prospecting
thing? It is COGS to CAC and that relationship to LTV. My $19 product, I can sell it for $35. That customer's worth $135. My $50 product, yeah.
I was just going to say, look at Athletic Greens. Obviously, they've raised a lot of money, but I think they're up to 100 mil a year at least, and they literally have, I think, one offer.